Welcome back, viewers. It has been too long.
Too
I think
long.
in all of our books.
Yes.
Since we've been doing this, it's been. Well, I guess we only skipped one week
long time.
actually, but the previous week was pretty short.
But it felt like forever.
So yeah, we weren't here
I
last
don't even
week.
remember what we were doing.
Blame me. I left. I left for vacation on the weekend, and I went through Monday. So sorry about that, guys.
Rocks fall, cable
But
guys.
yep, I accept it. I have a new character ready to go. No, for reals. Welcome, guys. This is session, if I should say, session 61. Last time we crossed into the 60s, so session 61. Going for a good run here.
Oh
And
yeah.
it's been a while, so really quick, because I want to actually play a full session. But really quick, let's do what's been going on. What's been going on, Josh? What's been going down in Australia?
The land
Not
down under.
much.
In the
Apparently
land
we
down
got
under.
Apparently we got an earthquake the other day, and I didn't even notice. So,
Yeah.
The ground's shaking, whatever.
And there's a few cyclones apparently off on the coast.
Do you guys get a lot of earthquakes in Australia?
No,
Oh, okay. I was
I don't
curious.
think so. Anyway,
So, because growing up in California, they're second nature to us a lot of times, and so we could always tell if you're like in a public place who were tourists and were not, because if an earthquake happened, they would all run and scream.
yeah,
And
the
we
main
start-
one that we get is actually cyclones, but normally not so low here. But
Those are like sea tornadoes, right?
uh, sea tornadoes.
They're
Is that
called
what a
Those are
cyclone
like
is?
sea
water
tornadoes.
spouts.
Water spouts?
And actually, they're
What's
not
a-
particularly dangerous.
Oh, goodness.
Dude, go look up online on YouTube after the
They can be
session.
quite dangerous. It depends on the category they are. The
I
category
mean,
runs
even
like cars.
yeah, minor ones, which is what you see because it's very hard for a tornado to touch down on water because of the temperature difference. But if you go look up on YouTube, you can see people driving boats through water spouts.
Pretty sure that's just not limited to water though.
But that's what a
Cyclones do
cyclone
hit
is, right? I'm not being an idiot.
Well, it's not a water tornado per se. It actually does hit land. I've actually been in one when I was little.
You were in one?
Capital. Yeah, it was fun. The sky looked awesome.
Like you
I
were
mean-
No
you were
thanks.
in the thing.
Okay, I was in my house. It was
Okay.
in my town.
Okay.
Literally,
Yeah,
I
I
was
mean,
in the eye of
Kevin-
the storm.
He lives in Australia. He regularly wrestles with like giant constrictor snakes and
Oh,
know
please.
kills
You guys would
scorpions with
survive.
his bare hands or whatever
You
the
guys
fuck.
would survive 5
Scorpions
seconds
with
in the
his-
wild. Yeah. Not
So
5
so I've heard the master cleanse in Australia is literally standing in the path of a tornado, and they pull all the bad shit out of you, the bad juju, and it just pulls
The
it out
bad
of you, and you're
juju.
fine afterwards. You're clean. You've lost 10 pounds. You're good.
Nice. Someday, bucket list. I'll do that.
The
Allison,
master-
what's going on?
Well, yelling in the background, I had to mute myself for a little bit. What has been going on?
It's cold.
It's
cold.
snowing.
It's cold. It's snowing. I'm really hoping for working from home tomorrow.
10 inches.
I'm
You're good.
yeah, I
bro.
hope so. I
You're good.
really hope
You're
so.
good. No, like
I'm
3
going
inches
to a
and you're
LAN
good.
party
It
this
could be 10.
weekend. And I'm drinking Jovial from Trogs.
Nice.
Nothing too exciting otherwise.
Trogs may be my favorite microbrew.
Well, it's from Pennsylvania, so
Yeah, Trogs and
Victory.
no, I like Victory. I've been pretty good about drinking all local lately, all Virginia brewers. There's some new ones popping up. The
Hardywood?
laws must have changed because there's like 3 or 4 new microbrews in Virginia, so I'm
I
trying
have
them
no
out.
issue with this. No issue with this. But yeah, that's it for me. Nothing too exciting on my end.
Jimmy,
Yo,
cold and drinking beer or drinking local beer?
yeah, cold and drinking beer, and my grandmother is 90 years old, and
Congrats.
Oh,
and it's not a brag, it's a humble brag maybe, but she lives in her own house still. She doesn't have a nurse come in. She has a housekeeper who does a little bit more than housekeeping, like bring the mail in maybe. But yeah, she's doing good. Not only that, she was
That's
Good.
huge. I mean, you'd be surprised how much keeping that independence seems to help. My great grandparents passed away a few years ago, but they were 96 and 93, and
Stock,
were
man.
yep
Good
were
stock.
were living in their own home. Were self-sufficient. My grandpa, his legs weren't very good, but his memory was great. My grandma was much more mobile, but a little less on the memory side. So together they formed like the perfect, cute little old couple. So
Teamwork.
So
Yeah,
it's actually
teamwork, making the
it's a
dream
story for the story of my grandparents is a story for like not on stream. Not that I wouldn't be willing to share it, but it's a longer story. So, but the fact is, I have one grandparent left, and it's Nani, my grandfather, Italian immigrant, came here when she was in her like pre-adolescence to adolescence. I actually have to share maybe on the break I'll share a picture with Kevin so you can put it up on stream to show the type of family my stock is from because it's an awesome, dare I say, Reddit-worthy picture. But all that said, she's doing great. What's really cool, or what I'm really sort of like cognizant of, is she at 88 years old was diagnosed with breast cancer. And it's one of those things that, like, at that age, you're like, well, how much do we actually subject somebody to treat this versus what do we do to say, like, okay, full quality of life. Quality of life plus treatment or versus treatment is the kind of the equation. And, but she's clean now. So she went through
Nice.
the breast cancer treatment at a late age and is still able to keep her independence, which there's
awesome.
a lot of stories to do it. I'm very family sentimental right now, so I won't go down that road. But needless to say, I had a good weekend with my family.
Yeah.
So.
Well, hey,
Good.
congrats to your grandma
Yeah, right.
for turning 90.
We will drink
and
in
to
her
be,
favor.
And to beat the cancer.
What was funny was we were at this. So the one little side story I will share that gives insight to my grandmother is we were up in Long Island where she was lived in Brooklyn for many years and now lives in Long Island, so not that far away. She was saying I was saying to her like, oh, who do you have coming? Do you have friends coming to the party? This was 2 days ago, and she said, oh yeah, I have my group of friends, and they they come pick me up. They take me to church, Catholic, and I was like, oh, that's great. And she was like, yeah, I love them. They're so good to me. They're great people, and I love talking to them. And talking is the important thing, and socializing, blah blah blah. But they're a little pedestrian.
Old people are so
Pedestrian.
sassy, and it's okay.
And I was like, what do you, Nani? And she was like, no, I'm not downing on them. It's not a slight to them, and it's the fact that like she almost wants to have. She was a teacher for 50 plus years, and beyond that, she has like, at the time the equivalent of a doctorate, but a master's degree. She's like, I think what would keep her on point would be to be able to still engage in intellectual discussions, but
Tell her to join
those
Reddit.
options narrow as you get older.
Or
The
don't
crowd that's around. So it was kind of funny. She was like, "Oh yeah, they're a little pedestrian." Like, Nani, come on.
That's funny.
nice.
I learned how to play cards from her. She taught me everything about cards.
Nice.
Cards is important. Seriously.
Pack of cards.
Especially Cards Against Humanity.
Pack of cards brings you
I
infinite,
should play that one
games.
day.
So it's good.
Mm-hmm.
Travis.
Everything started from cards. But anyway, go ahead, Travis. Sorry. Didn't mean to
Yeah,
Don't worry,
so
dude.
for me, I actually just got back with a ski vacation with my family, so got to hang around with my a bunch of my aunts and uncles and cousins that go, as well as some family friends. Managed to not injure myself. That's always a good thing.
Did you hunt moose while skiing?
Well,
At the
I
same
mean,
time.
I am training for the biathlon, so if I see any moose, I would certainly shoot them with my rifle. But no, unfortunately, no moose sightings. We were only in northern Michigan and not not in Canada.
Canada.
So, but that was a lot of fun. Other than that, just been working a lot. So this vacation was definitely a nice getaway from that. We did our big release at work, so that's all done. And I am just ready to sit back, play some D&D, and drink some.
Play
Drink
some
some
D and
amber-
drink. D and drink.
Yeah.
Drink.
Drink some Ambergeddon from Ale Asylum, a local brewery here in
Nice.
Madison.
Did you
So-
did your
Very nice.
did your brew finish?
You need new Glarus.
It did, and it's terrible. I don't know what I fucked up.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
it
I'm
will-
so
Talk
so
to me after
disappointed by
this.
that.
Bummer.
Talk to me after this,
You
and
s-
Todd
yeah,
and I can
you
probably
sat
figure
on
it
that
out.
for a while. Yeah, talk to Allison.
Yeah, I will
Doc-
get the beer
There's no
experts.
moving out of that.
Dr. R will help you.
Yeah, I mean it's also a it's a Mr. Beer kit, so it's not like the full brewing process. So hopefully I
What
can.
was the main issue?
It's sweet and not carbonated.
It's not carbonated.
Oh.
You probably didn't let what did you have to put in to actually carbonate it? Like since it was a kit type thing.
Sugar. So it's like 2.5 teaspoons or something of sugar. It's got to sit for like 7 days, and I don't know if I didn't let it sit long enough or what the deal is. Like
How long did you let it sit in the bottle?
Like 8 days.
8 days. Wait, he says. Give it more time.
Okay.
Well,
not
we'll
Only
come
when
back
you
to
bottle
that.
condition it, you wait like a couple weeks. 2 to 3 weeks. Yeah. Give it time.
Okay.
He gave
And
it,
that
he gave it
may-
time. He gave it
Well,
time.
the
It should've-
problem is
something should've
I
happened.
stuck
Days
it
is
in
not
the
enough.
fridge, so may well have
Fridge will
killed
not
off
have anything to do with it.
well,
Oh, will it?
kill the yeast.
Oh, keep it out of the fridge. Never mind. False. The yeast.
Yeah.
Ah.
boom.
Yeah. So
How much of it
anyway,
did you put in
this
the fridge?
this batch made all of it, the entire.
All of it. Oh. Take it out.
Anyway, not important right now. I will venture to yank it out. Hopefully, the yeast will reactivate, and that might fix my issue, but I am not sure. Either way, that's about it for me. I am enjoying some properly brewed beer, and ready to play some Dragons and the Dungeoning.
Woo!
Yes.
Do it.
So when's our dungeon, Travis? That's what I want to.
Well, depends when you guys
When we go to the
find
desert.
someone to get there.
I start to
Suddenly,
dig.
we're in a dark sun camp.
Wherever we are, I start digging.
Okay. You fall into a pit of drow. They stab you in the face.
No.
Dude,
Okay.
I love. See, but at my die, I'm like, they're stabbing me. I'm like, there's an underground network of drow. Ugh, and I'm dead.
Mhm.
As I masturbate my.
So
chest.
so I guess we've done everyone but Kevin. I think. What?
Yeah, I'll do really quick.
what has
So
been up
last
with-
week I went back to California, visit some family, visit friends.
Back to meaning like an hour south.
An hour south.
No, I'm just saying, like, you're on the West Coast. The
I'm in the West
is
Coast.
California. There's no other state besides California on the West Coast, right?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, no. Like I went down to California for the extended weekend, which was nice, and got to see, like I said, went to a birthday party for some friends, and went to a concert in LA later, which was fun. I forget something else, can't really remember it. But anyways, I am drinking a Lucky Buddha beer, which you can see Buddha in the bottle.
So adorable.
Nice.
His belly. I'm gonna be rubbing his belly for good luck tonight. Other than that, I am ready for some D&D. It's been too long. Actually, I feel like maybe I actually played some Dungeon World while I was down in California, so I might have been cheating a little bit.
You were cheating on us, Kevin.
I was cheating on you guys. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
so
What?
disappointed.
But
Okay.
let's get into it. So Travis.
Yeah. Nothing else you wanted to go over, Kevin?
No.
Oh, that
Are
dude,
you
that is
sure about
leading.
I am
Oh no,
positive.
no.
I am absolutely
Okay.
positive.
Did you
Oh.
read my last message?
Yes.
Okay. Very good.
Yes.
Okay.
So there's
What?
there's totally nothing
I'm
planned
bl-
for this session. Don't worry, guys. Anyway, so we pick up where we left off, and where we last left off, our intrepid adventurers had been traveling the roads between the the capital of CN and their current place, Rippian. You guys have been in Rippian for day and a night. You were going about the roads looking for some bandits, and unfortunately haven't seemed to run into them yet. Rippian is a large coastal port, and you guys had stopped here, went in a tavern, talked to some sailors, didn't find the information you were exactly looking for, but did hear some news of piracy issues on the high seas. Other
They
than
downloaded
that,
a car.
you
Alright.
what?
They downloaded a car.
They did. They downloaded a car. Didn't they know that was patented?
Those
God damn.
bastards.
You guys also fought a sea hag and a couple of ogres, water ogres, on the way in here. But other than that, haven't had too much excitement on the road so far.
We had a bar brawl, and Faunolin
you-
almost killed a guy.
That's right, you did have a bar brawl, and Faunolin, didn't realize hitting drunk sailors with a mace of ice, or whatever it is,
They're out of ice.
would probably kill them.
Look, they started it, okay?
They did. However, you guys managed to not kill said drunken sailors, got out of that situation pretty quickly, and you spent the night in Rippian, I believe.
Mhm.
So we open up on the next day. What do you guys do?
Refresh my memory, had we departed?
I
yet?
think it was this morning we were leaving, I think.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't believe you did. So you guys are in the tavern the next day. You haven't quite departed yet.
Yeah, so I think we were just about to leave. We all kind of squared that away. We were gonna.
Yep.
Yep.
Let's go.
Yeah.
All right.
We're going to
Let's
investigate.
go.
Time to
We're
go.
we're packing up. Wait, we're bringing our fake wagon and going.
Yeah, we're bringing our fake wagon, and if we find the pass, we're gonna leave it there and
I
come back for it later.
I slip some money to the bartender and give a wink.
Okay. She
Turning
winks
between
back,
whatever.
and do you say anything, or you just slip her some money?
That's it.
Okay. She winks back very gratefully. And you guys depart. So where were you heading to?
God, it's been a while.
I mean, I guess
Where were we heading to, was it?
Yeah. So
back to.
do you remember where
Yeah,
where your documents that you received
it was
that these
between
bandits were located?
Gugova and Cantor, about 1 day out journey from Gugovan. I believe the document said.
I
We
believe
would
that
find
is
a
what they
clue.
said.
Looking for a
Oh.
rock. Very
Looking
descriptive.
for a
That's
specific
distinct.
rock that would lead us to a hidden pass. Something.
Talking
Something
about
like
hidden
that.
paths.
Hidden pa- it was,
And,
it was
this
like
is not
a.
bad for not playing for 2 weeks.
It was a hard to find trail, right?
Yeah.
There you
So
go, hidden trail, there you go.
yeah. So there was a hidden trail off of the beaten path that you guys seem to have missed on your first pass through. So okay. You guys are, unless I hear any different, heading back toward Kanta.
Yep.
All right, cool. So you guys hop out of your inn.
And if
look-
we're traveling alongside, this is the same road we encountered the sea hag. Keeping an extra eye out when we're as long as we're close by the river
Sure.
or the ocean.
Funny you would mention the sea hag. So you guys pack up, get your wagons all hooked up, or wagon all hooked up, and head to the gates. And you find actually a rather large crowd gathered around. Quite
Yeah,
a few
we had
merchants with
sent- we had
wagons.
sent
Quite a few.
The guards.
We told the guards about it when we came into Rippian. We're like, oh, there's a sea hag out there, and like, oh, we'll go check it out. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. So you actually see a rather large crowd kind of gathered by the gates, and it seems there are several merchants talking to the guards. And you can kind of hear, a bit of not sort of yelling, but heated discussion. Kind of, what do you mean there are ogres on the road? And what's this about a sea hag? What, are the northern roads not safe? Well, my cousin said there's a hydra in the southern roads. We need to go north. And it seems like a lot of people are all kind of questioning and yelling at the guards. What do you guys do?
So, guys, you want to go south and kill a Hydra?
We could,
One-
we could
one
dear
quest at a
husband.
time. One quest at a time.
Yeah,
I
so,
say
so you
fine.
guys are kind of still off from the crowd, and you're just
Yeah.
sort of hearing these things.
Say, Miss, what is your name? What's your fake name?
My dear Arith.
Actually,
God,
Cam doesn't
I
even
can't
know.
even
He wouldn't know
think-
commit the memory. So
Whatever you think, dear, I'm gonna go take a siesta in the wagon.
I can't even remember your fake name, Dorian. I'm sorry.
Bosh,
Boo.
It's like something about
Bumblebutt.
humble butt. And I'm
Like-
like, my dear,
Talk about-
you are
Talk
RF,
about-
you are RF, you are RF Duffelworth, and I'm your
That's what it
husband,
was.
Stillman.
That's what it was.
Stillman.
Look, hey boss, we could escort some other
My name, sir,
Dumbleworth.
Duffel.
Duffelworth.
Oh God.
Yes.
I
Yes.
Just remember the worst duffel you've ever had
Okay.
the pleasure of
Oh
carrying.
my god.
If you're an entrepreneur of sort, we could maybe escort some other merchants to the north with us, if they pay.
You gonna leave me?
No,
You're
I'm
fired.
saying
You're
you,
fired.
I'm saying
No
you.
pay.
You could offer protection.
Why would a
Oh,
merchant
God.
offer another merchant protection?
Oh God, never mind.
That's suspicious. Let's just go.
That's suspicious.
We're looking to this Hydra.
We're traveling north. If they want to come, we can
Yeah,
protect
so,
them.
so,
You know
so
what,
there aren't a
merchants-
lot of merchants right around you guys, since they all seem to be like talking to / yelling at the guards. So you're just kind of like,
You know
You're
what?
just
This
sort
is
of-
very strange.
Yeah,
People
look,
arguing.
yeah.
with each
If we're
other.
not gonna do anything, let's go.
Human blonde chick. You're right. We should just press on ourselves.
Let's go.
Noah's got black hair. But anyway,
She dyed it, or she was supposed to, as per my direction.
Your wife has the red hair, I think. Right?
Beautiful
okay.
red hair
So
that
do
I
you
don't
guys like
actually have.
talk to anyone on the? Are you just kind of pushing past the crowd, going north?
Pushing.
Are you talking to anyone?
I'm
Are
following Professor
No,
Dumbledore.
no, I'm above these people. I don't talk to them.
Dufflers.
I keep my ears open, but I
Okay.
don't say anything.
Yeah, so you just hear kind of some murmurings of the same, like, well, what way should we go? It doesn't seem that either way is safe. Well, maybe if we go south and go through Vigoth, we'll be fine. And you guys just kind of push past the guards, let you go through gladly since you aren't harassing them. And you're on the road again. So you guys ride out for the first day. You do come upon the area where you fought these nasty creatures,
Yeah.
and you
Let's
do
take
see
a ride. What's that?
yeah, well, I was gonna say you do see some like mounted guards of wearing like the CN tabard or whatever. So they do appear to be investigating the area. They just kind of wave you through though, unless you want to talk to them.
Well, if they're there, I guess we don't need to take a wider berth around the shore, but...
It's up to you.
I mean, it's the road. We can't leave the road with the wagon.
I guess, yeah.
Okay.
We press on.
All right, you guys press on.
Yeah!
Maybe not that fast.
Nice. Cool. So you guys press on and make camp. The first night goes uneventful. And let's see. You are going to Kanta. Cool. So the second day is also uneventful. And you guys get to Kanta. It's kind of late evening by the time you roll in. Do you just want to stay there and spend the night?
Yep, we'll start our search in the morning.
Yeah, you need to rest.
I inquire around the bar regulars about the road to Grugovian.
Okay. Yeah, so you talk to a few of the regulars at the inn you're staying at, and they said it's been fairly peaceful, but the road out to Rippian, they had a couple of riders come in a day or two ago and say that there were some warnings of water ogres or water orcs or some damn thing.
Yes, yes, these things happen, but the brave shall persevere.
I just kind of look around at everyone like,
Yeah. They also mentioned that there have been some talks of like a Hydra sighting or two in the Howling Marsh. And some people like claim it ate 20 men and destroyed a caravan, and others are like, "What are you talking about?" Like, the guard said no one's even they haven't seen like a confirmed sighting of this thing, and it might all be superstition. Hydras haven't been seen there for years. It seemed something. They had been sighted a dozen years ago in the Howling Marsh, but haven't been seen since. Um, the marsh may still be dangerous, but no one has seen anything like that in a while.
But friend,
Even so, they don't recommend going in the marsh. People who go in
good
there don't always come out.
That's right,
Good
they don't.
stolen, though. Good stolen from the road. We've heard about this. And I have goods. I don't want them stolen. It might be a few weeks back, but what happened since then?
And he kind of says, "Yeah, well, all the damn foreigners coming in the country," and he kind of like stops himself and looks you up and down and says, "Excuse me," and he gets up and walks off.
And I say, wait a minute, friend. There's good word in it for you. Good coin.
Coin,
Tell
you
me
say? What kind of coin?
Good coin.
A copper.
Sit down. I have tough skin. Tell me what you know. I'm here to sell and to benefit people as well as make profit. It's
Good, good. At least you have a job. We're getting a lot of immigrants from down south. People fleeing the conflict.
humans, Palatinus, people from Palatinus.
Mostly, yes. And if you come here with goods to sell and money to spend, we're more than happy to host you. So you're in pleasant company, sir. But
Thank you.
A lot
Well,
of
I
these-
hail from the north, and some of the politics of the south here are not
Yes.
to my understanding fully.
yes, and he kind of looks around and sees Nina, back with the other party members, and says, "Yes, well, I don't wish to speak ill of your young friend, but the humans coming up here are poor, no money, no jobs, no plans. They're just clogging up our cities and expecting us to help them. Like we all have money and time sitting around to do nothing.
And so you give them papers and hope for the best.
Well, a lot of them are trying to move through, go to other human settlements, as well they should."
Certainly. Well, I thank you for your time.
He kind of nods and sort of waits awkwardly.
Yeah, I look at him for a moment, and I actually I stare at him in the eye in a moment and say, "Are you trustworthy sort of guy?"
Well, I like to think so. I work at a lumber mill here in town and work hard for my money.
So, if I were to tell you that the good word of the Council of Cien would be in it, that your word would stay truthful.
Absolutely, sir. I'm sure they know more acutely than I the issues of immigration woes.
I pull out 5 gold
Nice.
and I slide it to him, and I keep my hand on it. I flash a little bit of gold, but don't show it. Like I'm like slide it, and I'm like I flash a little bit, but
Yeah.
And I'm like, we're looking for bandits who are interrupting the trade of a influential merchant. And they've
Bandits?
gone quiet. They've gone quiet for the past 2 weeks, maybe week and a half, 2 weeks, 3 weeks.
Around here, you say?
Between Gregovian and Kanta, yeah.
Well, I heard something about bandits a few weeks ago, but not much
Exactly.
since.
I would like to know what has happened since, because nothing's happened to them. They're about.
He
Friend,
just
can-
sort
do-
of... Yeah.
Do you have a name I can call you by?
Of course I do, he says. And,
Travis,
As he
wow.
looks
With
for a
that,
list
I
of
didn't-
names.
I didn't want to ask his. The reason I say it that way is I didn't want to ask his real name if he was skittish about it. That's kind of why I worded it that way.
Yeah.
Name
Yeah,
is Joe.
of course he has a name. Says, oh my god, these are all terribly hard to pronounce. Damn you, Elven name generator. Yes, yes, you can, call me Jafir.
I nod, and I slide him the 5 gold, and I say thank you. Appreciate your candor. If I were to call,
I
on
meant
you
no
again-
insult, of course.
Oh no, buddy, I've heard it all. Trust me. But that said, if I were to call on somebody who might seek to make a profit in the future, I could call on this tavern around this time of night. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't come in here every night, but yes, absolutely.
Certainly. Thank you.
Yes,
You may
come
call me,
seek me out.
Just if you hear word, look for the name Stillman.
Stillman, pleasure to do business with you, Stillman. I'll keep my ear to the ground with any people I have business dealings with. See if I hear anything.
Regardless of your opinions, Jafir, which I don't disagree with even. Bear in mind that I have word from the council, and there's done being wrong. There's people being wronged on the roads. Whether they've gone quiet or not, I want to hear word of them. And around this
Absolutely.
area. All right.
You've got it, sir.
Thank you. I shake
Right.
his hand. I stand up and bow and shake his hand. Friendly.
Cool. Do you like put the money in the handshake and then do the like?
No, I had slid it across the table before.
Okay, awesome.
Little pouch or whatever.
Cool. Subtract
Local
5 gold
snack.
from your character sheet.
I already did.
Nice. Awesome. So, is there anyone else you want to talk to, or anything else you want to seek out?
No. I go update the party that there's no new news on the road here, and I may have a contact that's going to take some time to percolate.
Okay.
Cool.
Oh,
Yeah. So I guess is there anything else you guys want to do while in Kanta? I mean, you can probably still catch some of the businesses closing if there was anything you wanted.
I mean, I guess
No.
resupply, if anything.
Yeah, I mean, you guys have a wagon, right? So you're carrying a
Yeah.
healthy amount of supplies.
I had stocked up too before we left CN, so
Sure. Awesome. And I think what I'm gonna do from now on is we'll just go by calendar month and just kind of deduct like a flat fee of.
yeah. Unless I declare, I mean, when it's a big trip or what I think is
Yeah.
a big purchase, I've been declaring it. But yeah, like
Sure.
last time, before we headed out CN, I did deduct some money for.
Yeah, and I would say don't even worry about that. We'll go till next month because you guys have been living on Lord Tegan's dime and he outfitted you for the mission and whatnot. So
Yeah.
cool. Yep. Cool. Awesome. So unless anyone else has any business here, we will head out of Kanta.
We're looking for the rock,
Nope,
Yeah.
not here.
the marker.
Yeah,
Go
try
to
and find
the
that.
approximate area that we know it is, based on the details,
Yeah. So
and begin an
have
extensive search.
have you guys I guess been doing any discussion with Swiftwind during the trip? Have you been telling him
Yeah, I mean-
anything, or I mean, you've asked him to kind of keep a lookout for anything strange, but his concept of strange is probably different than yours.
Would probably just generally communicate with him, see how things are doing, if he's seen anything weird. Once we hear about this Hydra, ask if he knows anything about it. Unless they asked me to talk to him
a good
about
question.
something specific, then no, probably not.
Yeah. So have you been like speaking with him, or
Yes, like actually,
because
like
you
speak
can
with animals.
Cool. because yeah, you guys can all talk at him and get nods or shakes of his head or tilted sideways, basically a shrug. But
Minis and
Um,
stuff.
yeah, to get like actual speech back from him, yeah, you have to cast your spell.
Yeah.
He doesn't know anything of hydras, hasn't heard about them being in this area certainly anytime recently. He does ask you though when this magic bauble that will let him speak with Caben will get made.
I would
You
definitely
guys have
tell
mentioned him
him.
before.
I would tell him that unfortunately we had to leave the other town and weren't able to get it made in time before we had to leave. So
Well, understood, my dear, but I would prefer this to be a higher priority in the future, if at all possible, of course. You
I mean,
people
yeah,
seem to be doing good deeds, which I certainly approve of. Bandits and thievery and ruffians and I actually don't know what most of those words mean, but they seem to be bad people, and you bipeds wish to dissuade them from their life of crime. And
yeah.
so-
Yeah, one of these days we're gonna have to teach him about what a bandit is, but I think that's a discussion
That
after
guy
we get
did
the
bad
rename.
things.
yeah.
Bad people.
You got the basics of beat up other bipeds, take their shit. He doesn't seem too clear on the whole ownership of
Other
objects.
bad
concepts.
bipeds. Oh, they do
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. So, awesome. So you guys head out of Kanta. Cool. So you guys go along in the first day. Ooh, okay. Cool.
You know,
So-
Travis, sorry. Before,
Yes.
like, if we're leaving, if we're going on the trail, that this is the trail.
Yes.
Somewhere in the next piece of road, is this possibly what we're looking for?
Ostensibly,
Yeah.
yes.
We would explain that to a Swiftwind to some degree, like, not necessarily
Sure.
like, hey, if you see a rock, let us know, but
Yeah.
if you see
yeah.
like maybe a hidden cabin.
Yeah,
Let us
so
know.
you guys give him maybe more explicit instructions this time through. And cool,
Yeah, fun.
like you can do that. Any of you can do that on the way because he understands common,
Mhm.
and you
Yeah.
can get a yes or no fairly easily out
Yeah,
of him.
so we just
Cool.
tell him that.
And to be a little bit more specific, it should be on this side of the road if the notes are correct.
Which side?
It's
The
to the
south?
south of the road.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool. So you guys are going through. You pass some. Again, more merchants. You do see quite a few caravans. Probably going between the capital of Sienne and maybe one of the ports at Canta Rippian. And near kind of midday or so on the first day, I need a perception check from. Let's actually go from just Faunlin.
Okay, I can do that. I should have a +12. Let me double check though. Yes, correct.
And actually, I think why don't I get one from Caben as well?
oh, damn it.
What does it matter?
30.
30.
Wow.
Okay.
Touched it.
I love how Caben's perception's amazing, but Kevin's rolls are awful.
Only on perception rolls.
So what he needs to do is he needs to get blind fighting.
You know,
and
she's
that'll
only
actually
one
hit
behind
us.
me. I only have a
23.
+13.
Okay. Okay, so you guys see a cart coming towards you.
Mm-hmm.
And nothing untowards about this. You've been passing all kinds of traffic in the last few days. But Faunlin, you notice that the two occupants of this cart are deep dwarves. Yes, deep dwarves, excuse me. And you and only you recognize 3 guards around the cart that are walking with them. So it's a small cart drawn by a single donkey. Doesn't look like it, has a whole lot of cargo capacity. There's like a back to it, but it's not all that big. The 2 dwarves are kind of crammed on top of it. And Fawn, you see some very interesting people walking with them.
Very
They
interesting, as
are-
in minotaurs.
as in, no, they're they are not, in fact, black minotaurs. No. So let me, pull up this thing here. And you see, a trio of beings you haven't seen in a while. They're large, standing maybe about 6 to 6.5 feet tall. And
Fawn is angry.
Fawn maybe is angry. These beings are bipedal.
Is Fawn
Fawn turns green and gets
Yeah.
buffed because
Yeah,
she's hulking
so
out.
they're bipedal.
Tree-sized
They're quiet guys. They're bipedal. They're humanoid. And they look like large men made of molded plates of wood, stone, and steel. And despite their size, they move with a surprising amount of agility. You can see kind of fibrous connective tissues between the plates. And you would recognize these as some kind of constructs that the dwarves have with them. You don't know what they're called. You've actually only seen them maybe once in person. But you noticed unfortunately, the time you saw them was the biggest military defeat in your people's history. So these things are not not something that that you've battled with firsthand, because your defeat kind of came at the hand of a couple of large golems during that fight. But you were on hand and saw these things in person. And there are 3 of them, a large one with a shield and a sword kind of leading the group, and 2 more with spears flanking. And they look...
They have a wagon, right?
Yes, it's 2 dwarves sitting on a cart. They don't appear to be paying you guys any mind. Like, they would obviously see you coming, but they're kind of talking amongst themselves, and their guards, who look like this and this, are just kind of walking alongside and in front of them.
Okay, so Fawn would know how generally tough these things are.
meme.
But
Not a
Allison-
clue.
No? Oh, she doesn't?
Nope.
Oh.
So the
Okay.
fight you were in, you guys were dealing with a couple of large stone golems that were decimating basically your army.
But these aren't
So
stone
you
golems.
saw these things on the battlefield, but were less concerned about them.
Okay. So was that talking to Firefoot earlier? Was that... Or not Firefoot, Swiftwind. Was that today?
Yes.
Okay. So,
I see a cart and I'm like, oh, travelers, let's check it out.
Yeah, you can recognize that they're dwarves. Caben, you do recognize that they're deep dwarves, and you were there last time Fawnlin met up with them. So, is there anything you want to do?
So I recognize they're deep dwarves. I don't recognize these are constructs.
Nope. Well,
Is-
you may be able to work out that they're constructs. You have no idea.
I might know they're
there's-
not things.
There's some big guards.
Yeah.
There's some big guards.
Big guard. Like, they're a ways off yet, so you see some big guards with, shields and armor and weaponry.
Okay.
And like I said, you know that last time you ran into these, you were in the bar when Fawn lost her shit. So
I don't have any
I
weapons on
say
me,
that
right?
to the party exactly. I say
No, you got your rod of ice.
last time
That's it,
I just say like there's dwarves up ahead. Last time and not loud enough they can hear us, but there's some dwarves
they're
up
ways.
ahead.
As
last
Keegan's saying
last
this,
time we saw these, Fawn lost her shit.
I can
Fawn?
crawl back into the thing, right? Or do I have to get off and go around back to get into it? Is there like a...
it's
not
like a
cover.
little house on the prairie wagon. You can climb over the seat and
A
get in the back.
Conestoga wagon.
I'm climbing over the seat to get
Thank you.
my short sword. Is what's going on right now.
Okay, yeah. The rest of you see Fawn getting her weapons. What do you do?
She climbs the back and said, "Good idea. Stay in the back so you don't get in trouble."
I'm like seeing Caben and Fawn kind of like shuffle around oddly, and I'm like driving the wagon, or I'm like up front, and I'm like,
They're speaking. By the way, you hear all this.
yeah, I hear it. I'm like, I don't know, and I see like dwarves, and I'm like, I love dwarves. And I stand up in the seat, and I I raise my hand and I say in Dwarvish like hail trap.
Like you would have to yell at the top of your lungs for them to hear you. And
Okay,
like, they're
so
a ways
I don't
off.
yell. I just wave and I say, Nina, maybe these look like tough travelers. Maybe they have a word of the road.
Keep Fawn in check.
Yeah.
One of them waves back from afar.
Yeah, I wave
Giant.
and
Fawn flips them on.
I say, Nina,
Not a
can
good
you,
idea.
Nina, what? Oh,
You weren't there last time. You were at Llewellyn's Trust.
yeah, you
on
told
this.
you told
At
you
this
told me
point,
about it.
Faunelin's strapping on her sword and getting her bow strung up.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I say that's right. You told me about this, Nina. Nina, take the cart, drive it, keep her in check. I'm gonna go right ahead and suss
I
out
asked-
information.
I'm on a horse. How can I take the cart?
I asked Caben.
He's gonna get off. You're gonna switch.
We're
Caben.
gonna switch.
Caben.
So I
Switch with me.
I pull
No.
the horses up with the
Switch-
cart.
You're.
I
I tell
pull the
Firefoot to
horses-
halt.
Oh
Okay,
man.
so Caben, Firefoot halts.
Or like.
Durian, I
guard,
think you
deal,
said
whatever
you're
the fuck
pulling
it
up
is.
the cart.
I'm
What
pulling
are
up the
you
cart,
guys doing? Yeah.
and I
Go
keep
on.
waving, and I'm gesturing to Nina to give me her horse. I'm gonna go talk to them. Nina, keep them
I'm
in
just
check.
shaking my head no, because I know what's about to happen if you don't stop her. I'm keeping my horse.
No, Nina, you're better at stopping her than I am. I'm gonna go settle this.
yeah,
I
he's not gonna start anything. He's gonna
ask for
ward this
Firefoot
off.
back.
Does
give
anyone
him my
say
foot.
anything to Fawn? She's
I thought-
like
Yes,
trying
Fawn,
to
we're
get
She's
giving you
like-
advice.
I thought Caven was.
I was saying like Fawn, stay
Well, I
in the
made
back.
Firefoot stop, so
Fine, I
I,
get in the back and I'm basically just looking at Fawn. I'm just shaking her head. Don't. Remember what we're here for.
I say Firefoot, come. That's one of the tricks she knows. So.
Caben, your horse, despite your will, starts moving over.
Yeah, so as she starts commanding it, I've given up hope of like trying to sway the horse away because I know it's her horse and it's gonna listen to her no matter what. But I'm staying on the horse, like Fawn, you don't want to do this, please.
I don't.
God damn it, Travis.
Fawn,
Travis,
I will not
I
assist
see
you in
Fawn-
killing people who have not attacked us.
I see
right
Fawn
now.
losing it.
Fawn, you don't want to attack them.
Fawn,
Why?
I see Fawn like starting to like go into this, and I cast Charm Person on Fawn.
Oh!
You asshole! What is this, a will save?
I think so.
Yeah,
Maybe a will save.
I'm not being You're not being threatened or attacked by me.
This will be interesting.
The 16 pass.
So what's the DC?
So it's a level. I haven't cast this in a while. Level 1 spell.
I think so.
Oh,
'cause
shit.
I remember you casting
So
it way back.
Fawn, yeah,
14,
you
14.
Yep. So Fawn, you pass and you feel kind of a moment of fogginess in your mind, and you look around and see Durian like just finishing up a gesture and uttering some words of magic.
Well, is that how it's gonna be? So, as he does that, I cast Barkskin on myself. And
Okay.
obviously, it
Yeah.
looks like, turning.
Yeah, you guys
trees,
see
right?
striations come over her
Sorry.
face, and
Don't
You
really,
just
yeah,
stop
Fawn,
I
please
don't
don't,
really
Fawn.
want to do this.
Fawn, please
Is there
don't.
a way to knock her out without it getting into serious?
She's got
PvP?
She's got bark skin now. You can't knock her out with like when her skin is
Well, I mean, you still could, but
like a bark.
I don't want to do this.
when her
perhaps
skin is like a
speaking
bark.
to each other may be the better option.
Yeah, Caven is still
Yeah.
saying, Fawn, you don't
Fawn.
want to do this.
Yes,
Why
listen
don't
to
I wanna do
Caven.
this?
They're just
We can take them
travelers.
on. That doesn't matter.
It's not
They're
our job
just
to take them on.
travelers.
We're here to kill bandits.
You don't know what
Nina.
they do to my
They
people.
haven't. You don't
Nina.
know if they did anything to your people.
Caven,
They
stop.
have the
I walk
constructs with
over.
them.
I've dismounted.
I
The-
have a
the-
sword. Does it mean I slayed everyone in the world? Died
The
through a
cart
sword?
has stopped, and
Yeah.
I walk over around back, and I'm like, Fawn, listen to me. You are jeopardizing our broader mission. Put down your weapons.
Fawn is not very happy with everyone going against what she
Fawn,
wants to
I'm
do.
sorry.
I'm not
I
saying
see-
that out loud, but
No, I know. I see you like
Speaking in the
dissatisfied and
third
like looking
person.
around like this. I'm like, Fawn, let me talk to them. They'll go on their way. I'll get information. It'll be nothing. Just stay in here.
You don't even have to look at them.
I'm going to take the long way. Just go. I'm assuming there's forest nearby.
Yeah.
Okay. I
fine.
will just go like straight, like on the other side of the tree line, and not walk directly past them. Then.
Fawn, this is actually a mature decision. I like this. Meet up with us in an hour up the road, okay? 1 hour.
I just nod and kind of ride off
Or
into
just,
the forest.
Or just
You
in 10
ride
minutes.
Yes, I'm on
Okay,
Firefoot.
cool. Awesome. Yeah, you mount your horse and just ride
I
into the
do
woods.
I still keep my lance and shield out though because I am on Firefoot. So
Yeah, I mean they were like stored on Firefoot because
Yeah,
you know
yeah.
you wouldn't have them in the wagon. Caben wasn't using them.
Yeah.
So yeah, as you're riding off, you can like loose your shield and strap it on and get your lance ready. But yeah, you ride off to the north or south of the road.
north.
Okay, cool. So you go toward the coast. As you do, the second wagon kind of pulls up. Like Fawnland's gone off, and these guys are going to be at you in a sec. So do you like re-go with the wagon, or do you just kind of wait for them there?
I walk around in front of the wagon. I come out like around back, and I'm still waving and like saying hi.
I make sure my face is hidden. But I make sure my face is hidden. By the way, Travis, knowing what happened last time, I just don't want to see
he
it.
quickly goes.
I just do like my cloak is just whoosh.
Yeah. So what happened last time? I don't.
I think he's talking about the wizard thing.
No, he's talking about.
oh,
he's
yeah,
talking about
bar
the-
fight with these
No, he's
guys,
talking
like,
about the
raids
encounters.
in general.
Nina was there the last time they had.
Oh, got
bar,
you,
so.
got you.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. So
And everyone was like, "Don't kill those dwarves," and I was like, "Why not?"
not?
yeah, so good thinking. So you put down your hood, and these guys walk up on you. You see the front guard. You see him clearly for the first time. Again, he's the one with the sword and shield, and he appears to be wearing / made of heavy armor.
He is
And you-
wearing a / made of it.
And
Yeah,
I'm
and
out
you
front
can see
with
like a green glow from his eyes, and he kind of gives a curt nod as he walks up. And one of the dwarves says in Dwarven, "Hold here," and nods toward you, Durian, and says in Elven, "Good day, sir."
I
Good day,
respond.
sir. How
Yeah.
goes the roads up ahead?
I say in Dwarven. I respond, and well, they're fine. We were attacked by some water giants and water ogres and a hag from the sea, but there's a lot
Oi,
of
well
guards.
met, sir. I appreciate your use. Wait, water ogres?
I kid you not.
The bloody hell!
Yeah, when you go up ahead about half a day up,
I can
you'll
say the same about them.
you'll see the guards looking out for them. So it's safe now,
I'm
but
town. It's 2 days, sir. I clear my throat when I say that.
no.
We're-
The 2 days was to Rippian.
We're here
so-
now. It happened here.
Right. Okay. The time scale's off. I clarify. Up in the road ahead, it's there. We were attacked on the shoreline, but it doesn't matter when.
I see. So more towards Kanta then. More towards Rapian then.
Yeah, it was the point of the road between Kanta and Rippian that hits the shoreline. It was a quick attack. We drove them off. I nod towards Caben and Nina. We have good fighters, but they some of them managed to get away. I don't know what, they're scavengers. Who knows what they want?
I see. Ogres be dirty and water ogres even more so. Well met that you fought them off. Speaks highly of your guards here, and he nods at Nina and Caben.
They are good. For all that we're a party of misfits, but we know what they're about.
Aye, well, safe travels to you then. I'm not too worried about us ourselves. Our guards should be more than adequate for some ogres. And he nods towards one of the constructs with the spears, and he kind of salutes back. His
Yeah.
sinewy arm moving with more quickness than you would expect.
Yeah, I look and I play a little bit dumb, like, wow, those are good guards. Either them for hire? I mean, you're almost a civilization, and I have a long road to head.
Yeah,
I would appreciate...
the front guard looks at you, and his eyes kind of flash and blink, and without his mouth even opening, you hear,
I am sorry, sir. Our services are currently engaged.
Durian in his head takes us in, but Durian on the outside goes...
like, the sound obviously came from this thing.
No, I know it did, but he's playing to the dwarf. He says, What magics are these? All in Dwarvish.
Yeah. You see him grin and says, well, gnomes aren't the only ones known for innovation.
I nod and I smile. I say, I knew the stories had to have been true somewhere. This is incredible. What? I mean, I'm an outsider, but what does one have to do to acquire such protection? I have goods. I would love the best possible.
Yeah, you see the dwarves kind of look at each other and smirk, and they say, well, you'd have to be a dwarf. Good day, sir. And says in Dwarven, on we get, gentlemen. And they start walking off.
Yeah,
One of
nod
the
after that.
spearmen turns to you as he passes and says,
Good, safe travels on your journey, sir.
I
again,
call
his
after...
eyes flash. The mouth
Creepy
you can
fox.
see molded on him, not moving at all.
Yeah, I look at it a minute and I'm like, I call off, ignoring the guard, and I'm like, no bandits up ahead, I trust.
Not that we've seen. Roads are full of humans, though. Yeah, and you guys have noticed a good amount of human traffic as well.
Yeah.
So once they go, I sort of do like this, Travis.
Yeah.
I'm like,
And out comes a
did you,
human.
did you see those things? What the fuck was that?
Abomination.
I don't know, but I want one, Nina.
It was
I
talking,
want it, I
his
want it, I
mouth
want it.
wasn't moving. What the like, Nina's just like dumbfounded.
We've
Nina.
talked to a Pegasus, but that's just a talking
Nina,
rocket.
you got
Too much.
accosted by an old man floating in the air. Surely these things don't upset you that much.
I saw the old man summon weird tentacles that tried to grab me, but at least they weren't talking.
Yeah, you should have heard them in your head. They were very polite. Very
I'm sure that's not a
it's
bad-
very C3PO. And I'm like, I don't know what that means. But anyway,
Well, let's
moving on.
head up and meet up with Fawn.
yeah, we
Yeah.
should meet her an hour up the road.
Fun was actually hiding in the woods watching.
Okay, so
But
you
not
didn't ride
acting.
too far off.
No, I
Well,
like watched from
We
a
don't
slight
know
distance
she's
from
there,
behind.
so I point this up
Creep
ahead, and I'm like, okay, an hour ahead. Here we go. So we head off. Fawn.
Cool.
Yeah.
So they head off. Fawn, what do you do?
I keep. Ooh, no. I turn back and I follow in the woods. In the woods.
You
Okay.
follow the dwarves?
In the woods.
All right.
You guys don't know this.
I know. I was.
Yeah, so
No, we're just clarifying
quietly.
that you're actually committing suicide rather than continuing on. We're just clarifying.
no.
Just clarifying.
Yeah, so you follow them in the woods. And I think this would be a good time for our first break.
Good time to get a beer and decide what I'm actually doing with
Yeah.
my life right now.
It's a good choice. All right, guys, we'll be in a break for about 7 or so minutes. Stay tuned.